Hello everyone, hoping that you are doing good. In this video we are going to discuss some more aptitude and numerical problems and solutions. This is the part 4 in our Solve It Easily series. So let's get started. The first question is, A and B together started a business with investment of rupees 2500 and 5000 respectively. X months after the start of business, A left. After X months, A left. If A's share of profit was approximately 27% of the total annual profit, what was the approximate value of X? That's the question they asked. Coming to the answer, it is clearly given that A has invested 2500 rupees and B has invested 5000 rupees. After some months, A left and A's profit share was 27%. If A's profit share is 27%, what is B's profit share? It is obviously 100 minus 27, that is 73%. So A by B equal to 25 into X. X we don't know, and 50 into 12. Investment into time period equal to profit ratio, that is 25 into X equal to 27, 50 into 12. Investment into time period equal to profit ratio 73%. After solving this, we get X value as approximately 9 months. In the question they have asked to identify the approximate value of X. So we will take this 73 value as 72 and we cancel 24 ones and 24 threes. So 3 nines are 27 and X value will be 9 months. Option D is the right answer. Moving to the second question. An interest of approximately 1500 rupees was earned when certain sum of money was invested for 2 years in scheme A offering compound interest at 10% per annum. What would have been the approximate interest earned if the same sum was invested for 5 years in scheme B offering simple interest at 16%? The scheme A is offering compound interest at 10% per annum for 2 years and the compound interest is 1500, and the scheme B is offering simple interest for 5 years at 16% rate. Let's see. It is given that 21% value is 1500. How? Because the compound interest rate is 10%. For 2 years, 10% per annum rate means the interest will be 21%. Or otherwise, with using the formula x plus x square by 100, we get 21% as a compound interest for 2 years at 10% per annum. So 21% is 1500. This is CI, and 100%, that means principal is always 100%. So what is 100%? 100 by 21 into 1500. This the entire term is principal. Now this principal is invested in scheme B for simple interest. So PTR by 100. Principal time is 5 years and rate is 16% per annum. After all the cancellation, we get 40,000 by 7. 8 5s are 40, 40,000 by 7. Don't multiply completely, just cancel the one time, 7 ones, 7 5s are 35. There is only one option starting with 5. There is only one option with 5,715. So option D is the right answer. Moving to the third question. A alone can complete a work in 15 days. B takes 20% less time than A to complete the same work. B started working alone for 2 days and was joined by A till the completion of work. In approximately how many days was the entire work completed? It is given A can do a task in 15 days. So one day he will complete 1 by 15 of work. B completes 20% less. 20% less means 15 minus, what is the 20% of 15? It is 3 days. So 15 minus 3 is equal to 12 days. In one day he completes 1 by 12 work. B's 1 day work is 1 by 12. B's 2 day work is 2 by 12. The remaining work is 10 by 12. That means B has worked for 2 days and the remaining work he was associated with A. So the remaining work is 10 by 12. A completes one work in 15 days and A completes 10 by 12 work in how many days? 10 by 12 into 15. Like that we have to do 25 by 2 days. B completes one work in 12 days and B completes 10 by 12 work in how many days? So 10 by 12 into 12. 12 gets cancelled, 10 days. Now we have to calculate the together work. A's 1 day work is 2 by 25 and B's 1 day work is 1 by 10. After the addition we get 50 by 9 days, that is 5 by 9 days. Previously B has worked for 2 days, so 5 by 9 plus 2 days, that gives 7 by 9 days. 7 5 by 9 is approximately equal to 8. So option D is the right answer. They have asked to identify the approximate value. So that's why 8 is the right answer, and 8 is the nearest and approximate value. Let's move on to the fourth one. 11 divided by 2 into root 16. So 11 by 2 into square root of 16 will be 4. 2 ones, 2 twos, 11 twos are 22. Option C is the right answer. Moving to the fifth question. Given A equal to 59.88, B equal to 3A, B is to C equal to 6:1, what will be the approximate sum of B and C? They are asked to identify the approximate value. So we'll take 59.88 will as approximate value as 60. When A is 60, what is B? 60 into 3, that is 180. B is to C value is 6:1. So B 6:1 equal to 180 is to 30. 6 parts value is 180 and 1 part value will be 30. And B plus C equal to 180 plus 30, that is 210. Option D is the right answer. Moving to the sixth question. Deepak invested 25% of his monthly income in gold and 8% of the remaining in stocks and shares. If his annual income is 36,000 rupees, what is the amount left with him every month? They have given the annual income and they asked to identify the remaining money every month. So we'll convert this annual income into monthly income. When we convert, that is divided by 12, we get monthly income as 30,000 rupees. So 30,000 into, he has invested 25% in gold, so the remaining will be 75 by 100. And he invested 8% of the remaining in stocks. 8% of the remaining means 100 minus 8, 92 by 100. You may get a doubt that why don't we add this 25 plus 8 equal to 33 and the remaining, and we can take the remaining as 67%. No, we should not do like that, because here 25% of the gold he invested means we have written the remaining as 75%. Again, he has given 8% of the remaining we should always take as 100%. So the 8% of the remaining he has invested in stocks and the remaining is 92%. If the question is given as 25% in gold and 8% in stocks, then we can add this 25 and 8 and we can calculate for 33% and remaining as 67%. But here the case is not like that. They have given the 8% of the remaining means 100 minus 8 we have to take, that is 92 by 100. After the 75, 3 is the 225. I hope you understood the logic. And 225 into 92 is 20,700. Option B is the right answer. Moving to the seventh question, last one I think. If the average of 4 consecutive numbers is 65, what is the largest number? Here the average of 4 consecutive even numbers means E1, E2, E3, E4. If we sum up these E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4 divided by 4, we will get this middle value. If the middle value is given as 65, that means this is an odd number, the odd number having the value of 65. And if this is middle number, there will be 2 even numbers in either sides of this 65. 2 even numbers, that means 64 and 62. Later after here 66 and 68. Among these 62, 64, 66, 68, which is the largest one? 68 is the largest one. E4 is the 68. Option E is the right answer. I hope you understood all the questions. Thank you for watching. Keep learning and be happy.